Hello, my name is Lori. Welcome to my channel. We are quilters. Today is Blabfest Friday. We are talking about rainy days today and how they are good days to get some things accomplished and finished in our sewing areas. 8 quick topics. Go grab your favorite beverage, kick up your feet, and relax. And after all is said and done, drop me a comment or two. I love to hear from you. Topic number 1, block parade. I do have more than one block for this parade this week. I finished a block from Monday. It has little petals and some French knots. And then I halfway finished another block. And when I stacked it up, I didn't realize I hadn't done both parts of it. So I will go back and do that this week. I also finished, as you can see behind me, some weather blocks. Let's take a quick up-close look at 7 weather blocks. These are still from August. And I have the September sheets and cutting chart ready to go, but I just haven't had time to do much sewing recently, so I'm glad to have 7 of them done. That's 7 closer to finishing August. Topic number 2, sew-alongs. I would just like to throw out a thank you to Pat Sloan for providing a free sew-along, Grandma's Kitchen, for the past couple of months, 25 blocks worth. She put up the last pattern the other day. She said in her video on Wednesday, she's taking some time off to help her mom move back east. I hope she enjoys her time off, and thank you again, Pat, for getting us all through COVID. Topic number 3. I have been working on a block of the month for the Hale Country Quilters. I am finally caught up. So here are the 2 blocks. May, which is a cute little basket. I think I will be adding a flower to this block. And June, stars in a flag type setting, kind of. But here they are. And now I am caught up. Topic number 4, behind the door. So we are on bin B4. There are 8 bins. We will be exploring what I have tucked away in these. This is like finding treasure in its own right. Let's take a look at the videotape. This bag is not very thick. Does not seem to have a lot in it. I recognize that turtle. I do. This was a round robin, and we were doing animals. And we hadn't gotten very far. That is my turtle, and he has little seed bead. You made one for yourself, and then you made one for everybody else in the group. So there's my turtle. There's a turtle that I got from someone else. So the theme was arc quilt, I believe. So you would have 2 of each animal. I believe that's what it was. And that turtle was machine quilted. And then there's my elephant, because I recognize my background. And there's the elephant that I got from someone else. I love the stitches they did. They're like couched, and it's like silky feeling. Nice hand applique. And then there's one more baggie. And this was from someone in New Jersey. I don't know what happened to my other monkey. I remember making monkeys, but isn't that an adorable monkey? And this was toward the end of the Yahoo groups. So not very much in there, but the beginning of a Noah's Ark quilt. Topic number 5, treasure time. Last week was a little bit sparse on yard sales because it was rainy and it was cold. It was in the 50s here and the wind was blowing, so it felt even colder. But we did find some fabric. I found at one yard sale, I found a couple yards of this Christmas birdhouse fabric and a couple yards of this fantastic big orange ostentatious flower print. So that is much better than nothing. And I don't have a lot of orange in my collection, so any orange is better than no orange at all. And then we went to thrift stores and I found 2 little inexpensive bundles of fabric. So those are like super mystery fabric. And when I got home, I unwrapped the one and it had some completed blocks and partial and half square triangle blocks and some lovely red, white, and blue checked fabric. I have a plan for this. And I also found this, there was another one that had a piece of, it looks like blue handkerchief. And I unrolled it when I got it home because it's a surprise. And I don't unroll it in the store, I unroll it when I get it home. And the blue fabric is fantastic. But then on the piece underneath, it had this terrifying little 80s bear. Just saying. I also found this reproduction print from, oh, here, I'll pop up the label so we can all see it. Authentic prints from 1860 to 1880. But those are all the finds for the week for treasures. Topic number 6. I want to talk about the study in Scarlet for just a moment. This month coming up in July, we are going to pick up the pace with the blocks and work a little more and a little harder. But I want to tell you about part 2 of the book. Let me put this down in it. Part 2 of the book, when you start listening to it on July the 1st, you'll go, what? This is the same book? Are you sure this isn't a different story? And then it starts to become a little more intense. Once you get over that, oh, it is part of this story. So it seems like a whole different novel, but it is not. Just a fair warning to let you know when you start listening in on July 1st. Number 7. I usually show a book or magazine. Today it's a sneak peek of a couple books. I've been working on a hand embroidery project and I want to talk about there's not enough blocks in that pattern to make me happy. So where am I going to get other blocks that fit? Because I don't want duplicate blocks. Let's take a look at some books. During this past week, I got quite a bit done. I have one more stitch or two in that stem and one more green stem to do. Then I am ready for the flowers. But there are only 9 of those, and that's not enough to make a full quilt. So I've been thinking about what I'm going to do to supplement the blocks. So I found some books. Of course I did. I have one that is called Garden Party Stitchery. And it has some very interesting, let me find them for you. It has some outlines that you can copy and stitch. And they have a garden theme. And there's a little quilt, a sampler. Isn't that cute? It's all red work. Now, I'm not planning on doing anything in just red. I like to do it in the colors that are made, but it has outlines of all of the blocks, so it could be easily traced, or you could use the stuff you run through the printer, which I think is a much easier way to go. There's one that goes that way. So I think some of these are cute, but they're much more open and larger than the patterns that I've been using. So I'm not sure. My favorite part of this is that it says you cannot copy it. Well, the whole point of it is to copy it and make it. So I don't understand that at all. Anyway, so there's that book. And what year was this one put out? This isn't a terribly old book, but it was not an expensive book. Yeah, I don't even see the copyright date in it. Maybe it's the back, which is sort of unusual. 2012, it says. So it's not terribly old. Then I came across at a yard sale 20-cent coloring book. A 20-cent coloring book. Because some of these Zen coloring books, somebody was Zen enough to color them in, and they did a fantastic job of shading, and I'm not beyond using this as a pattern. And my favorite one is this, because it's not so open, and it could be very colorful, and it would fit with the theme of friendship. So there were lots of ones in here. I think this one would be so cute with like a darker color or a lighter color. It's so shaded with rows of stitches. So these would be great fillers. And then this other coloring book has just flowers. And I love this. Now this is too big compared to the other blocks, but there are lots of other images that would fit perfectly. This would be great to add a saying in the center and frame out the center, or put this at the top or the bottom and frame a saying. There's one that has a spot for a saying. So very useful little, just regular adult coloring books. Wow, that would be wild. It would take an eternity. And there's one with bunches of different flowers. So coloring books are another option for patterns to make into a quilt, as long as you are not selling it as your own pattern and you're using it for yourself. It shouldn't infringe on copyright for self-use, because that's the whole reason you bought it to begin with. At any rate, just something to think about, where to get embroidery patterns. I hope you have enjoyed. See you later. For the last topic of the day, everyone's favorite topic, viewer contributions. Yay! We have contributions from 3 different people today. First, we have the Snuggly Sweater Quilt from Diana. She made this as a family reunion quilt, and everybody got to design their own sweater. I love the sweater in the middle with her family name on it. She says that this goes to the family reunion, and anybody that's there gets their name put in for a drawing, and somebody gets a free, fantastic family quilt. That is a wonderful idea, Diana. She says she's been doing that for several years. Good job. Thank you for sharing. Anne said that she just missed the deadline by a day. Last week, she sent this picture of this fantastic baby quilt. I think she said it was from McCall's, May of 27. I probably have that magazine somewhere in my sewing room in West Virginia. It is a fantastic, colorful little quilt. I love that pattern and shape. And behind it, she intentionally included her beautiful rose bush that is just bursting at the seams this year. See what I did there? Bursting at the seams? Ah, ha, ha. And last, I have a tumbler block made by my neighbor here in Michigan. It is so cute and so colorful. I love how she picked colors that contrasted, and she machine quilted this. It is very cute, and anyone who gets this will just love it. That is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday for more Upskill Monday, and we'll be embellishing something.